Diversification of crop production across northern Australia is crucial in developing an economically sustainable and resilient agricultural sector. Whilst there are numerous tree crops which can be cultivated in the region, plantings are limited due to the susceptibility of orchards to cyclones. Through the Demonstrating Next-Gen Resilient Orchards project being led by the Queensland Department of Agriculture and Fisheries and supported by the Cooperative Research Centre for Developing Northern Australia, project partners are investigating both the use of high-density and trellis planting systems to examine their production capacity, profitability and resilience to cyclones. With trial sites established across Queensland, the Northern Territory and Western Australia, the Demonstrating Next-Gen Resilient Orchards project brings together expertise from multiple government agencies, industry organisations and private companies. With a farm gate value in excess of $341 million, the Northern Territory is a key producer of the nation's mango, melon and vegetable crops. The top end's unique climate and conditions also enables Territory farmers to successfully grow a range of exotic fruits such as jackfruit, rambutan and durian. Under the project, jackfruit is being used as the catalyst tree crop. While specific to jackfruit, it is expected that the production systems being investigated could be applied to any orchard crop.
G'day, I'm Chelsea Moore. I work for the Department of Industry, Tourism and Trade and I am the horticulture team leader for Darwin. So the Northern Territory trial site is based at Coastal Plains Research Farm, which is 45 minutes from Darwin. We have a high density trial which is looking at densities approximately half the distance of a traditional design. These plants have 3 different accessions, so we're looking at the differences between cuttings and grafted plants in the high density block. So the varieties that we have come from a seedling orchard. So the varieties that we're using in the new trials, they're given accessions rather than variety names. They're actually given numbers. So there's a whole range and the majority of them don't actually have names. Looking at in the field trial, we're looking at the differences between trellis versus high density, also subdivided into, as I said, grafted versus cuttings. Also have a PhD student at Edith Cowan University, and she's looking at how to tell when the fruit are mature, ways of measuring maturity of the fruit without just tapping on the fruit. And in the propagation trials, we're looking at propagating, so from cuttings, marcotting and grafted plants, so different ways of graftings, and we're also looking at aeroponics.
Located just outside of Katherine in the Northern Territory, Balangilly Farms is one of the 7 properties owned by Australia's largest grower of Kensington Pride mangoes, Mambaloo.
Hi, my name's Marie Picconi, and I'm the owner and the manager of Mambaloo, and I'm standing at the Balangilly plantation. We grow mangoes, and that's our specialty. We grow a few avocados on the Atherton tableland, but we grow 7 different varieties of mangoes. We're the largest growers of Kensington Pride and R2E2 mangoes in Australia. Well, we're supposed to have 3 different trials. One here in Katherine in the Northern Territory, one site on the Atherton tablelands in Queensland, and another site just outside Townsville in the dry tropics. And there's supposed to be 400 trees in each trial. We're really struggling here at Balangilly because we're having consistent pressure from wallabies, and no matter what we do, physical barriers, all sorts of methods, we just are struggling to get them under control. The trial consists of a number of different treatments. So we've got wide-spaced jackfruit, and we've also got trees that are planted at closer spacings and trees that are planted with on trellises. We're aiming to have a better understanding of the most optimal way of growing jackfruit in the 3 different locations. And so amongst that is a whole range of issues that are challenges in each area, and we want to find out what's the most efficient way to grow jackfruit in these parts of Australia. Because we actually believe that we want to select out the best lines and the best varieties so that we can give consumers jackfruit and different types of jackfruit that they really like. We could potentially have higher yields with some of the treatments, and we could also have trees that are more robust when we've got the really strong storms that occur here in the Pilbara.